Hello, my name is Christian Nave, and kind of got a menu when you're dealing with me. There's a number of things we can talk about, but I'm going to share a few things that are kind of on my mind to want to get out to the general public, just projects I've been involved in and things that I've done in the community. So I'm going to share my screen right now and just take you through a couple things really quickly. Before I do that, I'm in Orlando, Florida right now, and I'm in sales, but I'm also very ministry minded. I'm an ordained chaplain. Um, and I've got some really cool business ideas. Recently published a book. I'm going to share about that in just a second. So here we go. Just kind of line these up. So my new book is called Freedom, Guns, and Jesus. And this is, I say new book, this is the second book I've published. The other one I didn't author. The other one's pretty amazing too. It's called The Cost of Love. But Freedom, Guns, and Jesus is basically kind of a manual on how to think critically and deeply and get through difficult times in life. It's really just a blog journal. I didn't take a whole lot of suggestions in my blog. I just journaled the deeper things that I lived through. And it's a pretty interesting book. I've got a couple of good reviews, and I'm definitely looking for a lot more. So would encourage you to get a copy and then figure out if you'd like me to talk about it on your podcast. During some, well, I think probably if I could do any job that would be a passion of mine, it would be this thing called ombudsman. And ombudsman is more of a European term, but it's someone who's highly trusted in both the higher levels of government or work, and but also highly trusted in the lower levels, and someone who can act basically as a problem solver, troubleshooter, mediator, advisor to fix problems. So chatbudsman.com is just something, it's an idea that's close to my heart. I'm not doing that right now, but it's I have a lot of passion projects, as you'll see here in a moment. One of the most, I guess, interesting things to talk about would be what happened to me when I stood up against the mask mandate. Now, a lot of people have forgotten about this, but we were going through some crazy stuff. And in the county I was in, they they did some crazy stuff. They basically said if you're 2 years old or older and refuse to wear a mask indoors, the worst result of that, if you didn't take all the heeds to put your mask on and you didn't obey, is you could be incarcerated for up to 2 years. So I was standing up in my local community as a chaplain, and they didn't like the fact that I didn't like to wear a mask. And I've got a 7-minute montage. Gentlemen, let go of the lady, please. Gentlemen, please let go of the lady. Please let go of the lady.
Back up. Back up, Christian.
Are they arresting you? They haven't told you what they're arresting you for. As you can see, this is a really bad case of law enforcement being used to bully the public in favor of special interest, which at that time was the mask mandates. So I continued to attend meetings, and eventually, well, here's some of what happened to me.
Voted to continue its mask mandate.
No, let's go this way. Our men are getting no ministry.
It was an unpopular decision that some felt was an infringement on their rights.
So I continued to attend meetings and was eventually, I think at the end of this video, it shows me giving
T.com. Cassie Simmons. WE.
No, it's the end of this video. I was giving a speech from the podium and actually got arrested. And this is just crazy. I'm just going to play a minute of this.
Nursing homes, and soon even restaurants and transportation. It's called law. The law is here and must uphold the Constitution. Hang on, gentlemen.
So the joy about that is those were deputies that I used to serve when I was a chaplain in the local jail, and there they were arresting me. Yes, they stuffed me in a cop car and arrested me for second-degree criminal trespass. This is the sheriff of New Hanover County in Wilmington, North Carolina. And, people forget that that's the kind of stuff we were putting up with. And lots of people backed me and said they would support me. And they actually talked me into running for sheriff, which I was doing. And then after I got let off of those charges, they charged me again because I was a political opponent. And that's kind of a big deal. So there's a lawsuit in place now. I'm getting toward the end of discovery. That's what this is. And, I could use some. I don't have a lawyer. I had a lawyer and he thought there was no money in it. I think he's wrong, but I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to get things straightened out and get it to the point where law enforcement will, say that they're there for the people and they will not infringe the rights of the people for something as stupid as a mandate from the governor that is clearly unconstitutional. So it still is an issue in my life. I know a lot of people think they're past it, but it's probably going to happen again. I'd like to be able to talk about that. And then there's a funner side of me. I've done my own aquaponics system. Just love to garden. Kind of came up with this idea myself. It's just something fun to talk about. I like to smoke meat. I like to garden. I've got another passion project called OutsideChurch.org that someday I'll get to promote, but that's all built out and basically ready to go. If the website still works, here it is. And this is something I built a few years ago and I'm just waiting for the right partners on, is to build community in a non-denominational kind of way, where Christians can come together and do fun things in life in view of the public, including the public, and maybe even getting the public to either go to church or have, some kind of gatherings outside in a more organic kind of way. So I have a lot of different interests, a lot of different efforts in terms of my career along the way. I've been self-employed for a very long time. But I just thought it would be interesting to get on some podcasts and be able to talk about some of these things that I'm passionate about, especially where I could use some recognition, some face time, maybe a little help on the legal front. And that would have to be with someone who's a federal litigator in civil matters, not criminal. So federal, civil, Eastern District of North Carolina. Even if that's someone who would just come alongside and advise me, because I am doing it by myself without a lawyer. That's part of me. There's more on my YouTube channel in terms of things I believe and things that motivate me. I do sales throughout the day, so I'm used to being on Zoom and talking to all kinds of people. So comfort on the camera is not going to be a big deal. So I, look forward to learning more about your podcasts and what you're trying to do, and maybe we can share some vision and spend some time together. Have a great day.